What is the limit?
It's
It's
20
unlimited
20
online.
Bitcoin. The limit for Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoin
It's a stable number. It can't go up and or down.
because it's programmed.
It's programmed like this.
Yeah, so it's again, if you want to change it, you have to change all the millions of computers who are running Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's new information for me.
Yeah, so now
Maybe that's
how
why
many Bitcoin
its
now in the
price is high now.
yeah, how many Bitcoin now in the market? 19,
How many?
19 million. So the only left is about like 2 million around that. That's why the price is
Yeah.
because when the imagine when this finish, you have to buy from someone.
Mm,
Like now, some people buy it from someone or buy it from the website, right? But later on, there will be no more. All the people who are like
mm,
getting Bitcoin will be only from the fees, from the transaction fees, or you have to buy from someone. There is
yeah.
not going.
Yeah.
The system will not create any more Bitcoin.
Yeah, it will just go up, but it may be very difficult to be for people to buy it, so it will come down in
No,
price.
no, because we remember when
What?
I said in the beginning, each one Bitcoin have 100 million divisions. Like $1,
100?
how many cents in $1? 100 cents. A Bitcoin have 100 million. Even if the Bitcoin price, let's say maybe in the future for our kids, the Bitcoin price is 100 million for one Bitcoin.
Mm,
I mean, each
mm.
one piece of Bitcoin is just $1 only.
Yeah, yeah. So you can buy a very tiny
Yes, yes, yes.
bit of the Bitcoin.
Most people just
Maybe that's why it's called Bitcoin.
Could be, yes, yes. So basically, if someone has one Bitcoin, obviously it's already very lucky. Okay, hi everyone. Today we have an esteemed guest, Engineer Mahmoud. Can you introduce yourself? When the first time you heard about crypto or Bitcoin?
I listened about crypto and electronic coins about 3 years ago, I guess. I didn't research it very much, but I know it is very expensive. Its value isn't stable. It can go up and go down.
This is always very
That's what I hear.
But
Yeah.
regarding expensive part, I think that basically what we can, like most people would say that it's because it can be divided. So it's really okay because let's say Bitcoin, for example, is $70,000, but you can still buy just $1 only of Bitcoin because it can be divided. So anyone can still buy Bitcoin because Bitcoin, for example,
Mm.
has like 100 million. Each one Bitcoin has 100 million portions, and these 100
Mm.
million portions are even divisible. So it's like you can buy like a few cents of Bitcoin. So it's very easy. Also, there is like some. So basically, let's start from the beginning. So the whole concept of digital money was actually a bit older, so it was like a few decades old. But the problem was when you have any item or any digital item, let's say you have a photo and you want to have this photo moved from my computer to your computer, both of us will still have the copy. Like maybe we can still have the copy. We don't have to give it over, right? And nothing guarantees that this photo is I don't have it anymore. Let's say, for example, I'm sending you one photo. You will think that I still have the same photo also, right? So then,
Yes.
and you can send it also to someone else, the same exact photo. So
Mm.
the whole revolution about Bitcoin was they created an algorithm that allows them to transfer it, but only one time. So you can
Yeah.
transfer it more than one time, but you cannot like the same person have one Bitcoin, for example, they cannot send more than one. So if they send one Bitcoin, they cannot send any more. This was the whole
Yeah.
logic behind it. And how they do that is actually very, very, very simple idea. It's a concept. Imagine you have like a spreadsheet in Excel and then
Mm.
write my name and your name. Okay. You have one Bitcoin, I have zero. Okay. And then after that, you add one more row. Okay. You have the columns, me and you, and then you have one Bitcoin, I have zero. Okay. For the next, this is
Yeah.
the first row and the first block. And then the second block, you send me one Bitcoin. So you have to have zero.
Mm.
So it's you are zero and I'm one. Okay. This in
Yeah.
row number two. Let's say I want to send it to you back. Block number three. Me
Yeah.
zero, you one. So by this logic, it's impossible for me to claim that I have more than this. Why? Because we both have the same Excel sheet and we can see the update live. Imagine you open a Google Docs and you can see the update live. So if anyone changes anything, you can see the history and you know they are not truthful with you, right? And when you do this in like millions of computers, millions of people doing it at the same time, what happens is that it's impossible because even two people together, it's very hard to fake it, right? But imagine if you have like millions of people, millions of computers doing the same process, it becomes infinitely impossible to change this blockchain. So that's why they call it the chain. Why? Because they are connected together. So each row is connected with the other row and has all the people in the chain. So, and you cannot change it because you're not allowed to change the row that already passed the time. So each 10 minutes in Bitcoin, there's one new row and you cannot change the previous row. So you have two options. You either make a transaction or you don't make any transaction. If you make a transaction, you cannot, like, let's say you send all your money you have in your account. So your account will be zero. In the next block, you cannot make any transactions. You have to receive only.
We both can't have the same one Bitcoin at the same time. It's
Exactly.
a unique unit, like if you have $1 in your hand.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
me and you can't have. You can have $1, but it's different than
Yes.
what dollar I have.
You know that the banks, all the banks in the world, how do they keep their system? They have like
Mm,
a record of how much each person has in the bank, right? If someone goes into the bank, let's say a hacker goes into the bank, manages to change the numbers, very hard to prove. Obviously, the bank have the security systems and everything, but let's say we are talking about the concept, about the idea. It's not very secure. Why? Because the data is not built upon each other the same way as a blockchain, because the database, maybe let's say the bank have a backup database, okay, but maybe it's only two
mm,
instances. Like let's say they have the main database and the backup database. Obviously they might have more, but compared to Bitcoin, for example, there are millions of databases and they are all the same database and all updated continuously each 10 minutes. So in order to
yeah.
change one wrong transaction, you have to change it in all these computers. You have to hack all the computers who run Bitcoin.
You mean crypto and digital money is more safe than banks and
Infinitely safe.
dollars?
Yes, yes, obviously. It's infinitely more safe. Infinite, because imagine
Mm,
you divided two, or like rather you divided like 1 million divided two. So it will be like a very huge number. Also, it will be almost the same number, right? Like, or let's say, for
yeah.
example, it's divided by two, like let's say, for example, it's 500,000, but still compared to one, still like very, very
Mm,
different. So yes, it's much, much safer because of this. That's why a lot
mm.
of you can see some people moving billions, literally billions of dollars on the Bitcoin network, and they just pay only like maybe $1, $2. Now, because the fees are slightly higher, so maybe they will pay $5 to move $1 billion. If you move this in the banks, you need like a lot of forms and a lot of things just to make sure you are secure. They check your ID,
Mm,
do a lot of things, right? Because they have their own system
mm.
keep it secure, but their system is inefficient because it depends on a lot of human factor. But Bitcoin is just
Yeah.
only pure computing, so it's much
Mm.
more secure. What happened
It,
then?
it has no facilities, no places
Yes, yeah,
in
yeah,
real world.
yeah, because it's built upon the open source system. So open source, for those who like who are unaware, like is basically the idea that any person can share an idea online, and then other people
Mm,
can build the software and they can build it
mm.
together. Maybe he's a programmer or not a programmer. Sometimes the people just give an idea. Sometimes they are a programmer also, but they need help from other. You hear about Linux, which is something else like Windows.
Yeah, I know you use it from
Yeah. So basically,
decades.
it's open source. So how did the Linux
Yeah.
came about? There is one programmer who wanted to create like a new operating system. So he created the operating system, the basic level of the operating system, and then a lot of people also, millions of people participate in building up the system. So the same was happening with Bitcoin. Even until now, Bitcoin is still developing. So people like have the idea, like I told you about the concept, why we don't make the rows, and then after that what
Mm,
happens is that they kept building on it until it's now very complicated and very strong system. And then okay, you will ask me what is crypto, right? Like what is this other coins?
mm,
Because there are thousands of coins. So what
mm,
after Bitcoin was created in 2009, so in 2009 Bitcoin was created. After it was created,
mm,
idea is very good. So a lot of people wanted to improve on it, but instead of contributing to the programming of the Bitcoin, they created their own project. different project. It's a similar concept also. And then after that, people
Yeah.
came up with better concepts. Now that we have a lot of concepts in the crypto ecosystem, like to different mechanism of this proof of this to make sure like it's secure, right? So that's the whole concept of it. What other questions do you have?
What is the better coin now?
So there is not one specific better coin, and also I guess maybe like it depends on your intention. Let's say, for example, if you want to send a very, very fast transaction, Bitcoin might be very slow, right? So you might need to use the Lightning Network, which is like a network that's related to Bitcoin, or you could use some other coins which is much faster, like let's say, for example, Nano or some other coins. So this is one if you just want to send the money as fast as possible. But let's say, for example, you're a company or anything, and you need like this very important factor for you. But let's say someone else wants the price to be stable, like the volatility. We in the beginning you spoke about like going up and going down for the price a lot. So you need something that's more stable. Maybe you can go for something like Bitcoin or something like the BNB coin. It's also a very stable coin. Obviously,
Tell me, what do you mean Bitcoin isn't fast? How much time it take to transfer?
it takes about minimum 10 minutes if you pay a lot of fees. So, and then if you don't pay a lot of fees, it could take hours or sometimes even days if you pay very, very low fee. So let's say you say I only got
Yeah.
50 cents. So all the people who are
Mm.
operating the computer, because this money goes to the people who are operating the computers. They're not operating it for free.
Yeah.
So, but these people are
Mm.
independent. Like they're not like under, for example, a specific organization or anything. It can be like their own business. They have their computer and they are trying to validate the transaction. And if they validate it correctly, they will get this money from you, the fees. They don't get the, like you're sending me, for example, this one Bitcoin. Maybe you will give them 0.0000001 Bitcoin, something like that. But they need to take something. So if you give them very low fee, what they will do is that they will give priority to other people who pay more, right? Like let's say, imagine you are waiting in the queue and some person pays more,
Yeah.
they will be prioritized.
Yeah. He will cut the line
Yes.
to take his service
Because it's, the
before
system
us.
is a
Why?
bidding, yeah, because the
It's
system,
not fair.
yeah, because it's a bidding system. Because Bitcoin can only make about three transactions each 1 second. The
Yeah.
maximum I think is around seven, but like practically it's usually about 3 or 4 maybe each 1 second.
Yeah, I get you
For the
mean
whole
when
world.
I transfer a big amount of money, it will become faster, very faster.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no,
but
no,
it's a
no,
problem for the ones who
no,
have a little money.
no, no, no. So this is very good question actually. So
Mm,
let's say, for example, I'm transferring $1 billion and you are transferring $1. Okay. I'm sending you 1 billion,
mm,
you're sending me $1. This $1, if you pay the fees $1, like you pay to the people who have the computer $1, but I pay only
mm,
50 cents. Okay, very cheap.
mm.
I pay them 50 cents. And then
Yeah.
your transaction will be priority over my transaction.
What controls the fees? Why it's different?
It's a bidding system. So you can offer any fees that you want.
Yeah, I put the price.
You decide. You decide any fees you want.
I decide. Yes,
Put
yes,
one
I
cent
got it.
or
Yeah.
put $100. So I think yesterday I was checking, there was one guy who transferred me.
It's like volunteer. You volunteer to give them whatever money you want.
Yes,
They
any
accept it.
any money. Yeah, but if you give them too low, they will not accept it. So the transaction can wait for days until someone out of charity accepts the transaction.
Yeah, you now I got it. Yeah, I put my price, and they have the option to accept it or not.
Yes, they can choose to accept it or not. So obviously, because they have
Yeah,
limitation, because they cannot process many transactions, they have the limitation from
yeah,
network to only 3 or 4. So imagine, think from their perspective. They're not like they because they are evil or anything. They want more money. Also, they have the limited amount of
yeah,
option. So someone offering them
yeah,
$1 and you're offering, for example, let's say you're offering only $50. You will take the 100.
yeah,
So they will
yeah.
take your money. Maybe they will wait
I'm
for.
not blaming them. I just I didn't got it till now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Just the other day, saw someone who's sending $1 billion, and they send the fees $100. So
yeah.
the normally people even send $1 billion, they still send also very low fee. But maybe he was a bit generous. He wanted to make sure that he
Uh,
went through in like very fast in 10 minutes. Because if you
Mm.
pay fast, you are number one. So you will be in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You pay because each
Yeah.
minute is only one operation. Not one
Mm.
transaction, but one operation. So it's like will be for everyone in the world, but just like one
Mm.
operation. So if you
Yeah.
want to make sure this really goes in the next 10 minutes, you need to pay a lot. But if you, for example, you're sending money for a friend or something and you're not really even for business, sometimes you have like the contract for you have like an amount of time to send money in. So you can basically use very low fees and still okay. But obviously you also don't need to like you have to also check. And what people do is that they check our website. Some websites will tell you what is the average now. So you just add maybe $1 above the average
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because otherwise you might be waiting very long.
Yeah. Now I got it.
And also,
How to transfer like normal money? How to transfer it into digital one?
okay, so this is a very good question also. So let's say you have 100 Bitcoin and I want to buy one Bitcoin from you. So what I do is that
Mm.
there's many options. For example, I'm talking to you now over Zoom. I can just send you the money to the bank or to your phone or something, just the normal money, and you send me the Bitcoin.
Mm.
This is one way to do it. This is called B2B, beer to beer.
This episode is sponsored by DegreeSign.
CoinExams platform was purpose-built by DegreeSign to be one of the best-performing platforms in the crypto space.
DegreeSign is an agency developing web products with a long experience of building products from scratch for maximum performance and stability.
Start today. Just email make@degreesign.com.
Or another way how we can do it is that you go to an exchange. An exchange is similar to the stock market. You know, when people go to the stock market to buy the shares in the company. So it's something similar, but an exchange is like a market. You know, the money changer who changes, for example, dollar to local currency and all this, the money changer, like the people who change the
It's
money.
like app or what?
No. The money changer, like in the local money changer who change the dollar to the euro and euro to dollar. The people have the shop, right? For this, for changing the dollar to euro and right? You see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you see this concept.
Uh,
So imagine a website.
yeah.
Also, some websites do the same thing, but they do it
Mm.
for crypto. So you send them the dollar, they give you
Mm.
the crypto or the Bitcoin.
You send the money to the website, the
That
exchanger
website
website,
give you
and he will do the exchange.
yes.
He will take your crypto and give and take my dollars and make the exchange.
But also the very practical way or like the very original way is to do it directly. Like let's say your friend have Bitcoin, so you just give him the money, or even not the money, you can give him anything else. Let's say, for example, you are providing a service, so you give them this
Yeah.
service, and then they pay you in the Bitcoin.
Yeah, but I guess it's not really safe.
Why?
Someone can take the money and not give back crypto or the other way around.
Yes, of course, but anything in life, like if you go to the money changer and you want to change the dollar to the euro, they will take the money from you to check if it's genuine or no, right? They will check maybe under the line
Yeah.
or something. They can also take it and tell you didn't give me anything. So anything in life, you need some trust, right?
Yes.
I mean, like because we're still humans, so there is still some.
Mm.
But the good thing is that the transaction itself cannot be changed. So let's say, for example,
Mm.
I give you dollar and you give me Bitcoin. After the Bitcoin
Mm.
come to me, you cannot take it back. You cannot take it back unless I send it back. So this is the good thing. This also
Yeah.
because you need to trust people maybe, but just one time only when they are sending it. But after they send, after this arrive to you, this is already done. But in the banks, if someone
Yeah.
send you, let's say for example, someone send, this happens a lot, especially in a lot of countries like the US, where they depend on the credit cards. So you pay by the credit card,
Mm.
so the money come to the seller or the like on the way, and then the bank take back the money. Say the card was stolen
Mm.
or anything, right? So it could be true, but it could be also not
Mm.
true because they have the power to take the money back or to freeze your account.
Yeah.
Your account. But with the Bitcoin and crypto, nobody can. You control your money.
I heard about something. I want you to confirm it or deny it. Did the Bitcoin go into a very low level where a lot of people lost a lot of money few years?
Yeah. Let's say, for example, you have your phone, right? Let's say, for example, you bought this phone for 1 Bitcoin, okay? Now this phone price is half Bitcoin, okay? So you have two options. You can sell the phone for the half Bitcoin, or you wait until the price goes back up. So when you buy Bitcoin also, it's the same thing, same as any object. If you have the option to wait until the price go back up, but some people, they don't want to wait, and they sell on the low price, and then they say they lose money. Yes, because you sell in the low price. Why do you need to sell the low price? That's why the good advice when you buy Bitcoin or any investment, only use the money that you are willing to lose. Let's say, for example, someone is taking some payments, right? And they use this money to, like some salary, for example, and use this money to pay for the rent. If they used this rent money to buy Bitcoin and the price go down, and they want to pay for the rent using this money, what happened is that they will not be able to, they will have to take the loss because they have to sell in the low price. But imagine someone else who is saving, but then they buy Bitcoin and save their money in Bitcoin, and they don't need this money. Maybe they will use this money after 5 years or 10 years. So they can sell later on when the price, in the good time, they can choose the time.
It's like gold. You buy gold when you don't need the money. If you need the money, don't buy it because
gold is very stable and going up most of the time. But if you buy gold and you want to sell it back to the seller the next day, you will still lose some money, even if the price is stable. So it's always good in the investment to just invest slowly and consistently. Like always invest, but invest slowly and very small amount based on what you can afford to lose.
Long time investment.
Yes, like for example,
Not
a lot of
pressure.
people, what they do is that they just put 1% of their income in the Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin 100x already. So this means their 1% become 100%, right? Like there was one guy in Latin America, like in South America, and he was telling people, please buy Bitcoin, please buy Bitcoin. This was so many years ago. I forget. I think it was around 12 years ago or something. It was like in the very, very early in the Bitcoin. And a lot of, obviously, everyone didn't listen to him. His video is on YouTube, like the proof. He still have his channel, and he always pointed people to this video. And he tell them, please just put $1 in Bitcoin. This $1 from this time will be worth now thousands. Yeah, so it's like imagine your
He started it from the beginning.
Yes, so imagine your money 1000x. Obviously, now it's very difficult. Why? Because now the price is already high, like for Bitcoin. So the market cap also is higher. Before, the market cap is so small, so it's very easy to 10x to 200x. But now, like the people who talk, like for example, about 10x is already very high. So, but still, it's still fine. You know why it's better than normal money? Because normal money, all over the world, even the dollar, they keep printing more dollar. When they print more, the value. So but the Bitcoin, they cannot print unlimited Bitcoin. They have the limit. So
what is the limit? It's unlimited online.
Bitcoin. The limit for Bitcoin is 21 million Bitcoin.
It's a stable number. It can't go up and or down
because it's programmed.
It's programmed like this.
Yes, so it's again, if you want to change it, you have to change all the millions of computers running Bitcoin.
Yeah, it's a new information for me.
Yeah, so
maybe
now,
that's why its price is high now.
Yeah, how many Bitcoin now in the market? 19 million. So the only left is about like 2 million around that. That's why the price is because when imagine when this finish, you have to buy from someone. Like now, some people buy it from someone or buy it from the website, right? But later on, there will be no more. All the people who are like getting Bitcoin will be only from the fees, from the transaction fees, or you have to buy from someone. The system will not create any more Bitcoin.
Yeah, it will just go up, but it may be very difficult to be for people to buy it, so it will come down in price.
No, because we remember when I said in the beginning, each one Bitcoin have 100 million divisions. Like $1, how many cents in $1? 100 cents. A Bitcoin have 100 million. Even if the Bitcoin price, let's say maybe in the future for our kids, the Bitcoin price is 100 million for one Bitcoin. I mean, each one piece of Bitcoin is just $1 only.
Yeah, yeah. So you can buy a very tiny
Yes, yes, yes.
bit of the Bitcoin.
Most people just
Maybe that's why it's called Bitcoin.
could be, yes, yes. So basically, if someone has one Bitcoin, obviously it's already very lucky because like there's
Yeah.
more number of Bitcoins. So even if you have portion of Bitcoin, it's still very good.
And so that was a lot of good information for me.
And the problem is that the people have to take care of a lot of coins that don't have a limit.
Mm.
Some coins, same as the dollar, they don't have a limit. So they keep printing, printing, printing until the value is zero. So some coins, they even
Yes.
print like trillions.
Mm.
The value becomes zero.
Yes, that what makes inflation
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it
like
destroys the markets.
the coin is losing its value.
Yes, yes, exactly. So the dollar up until now, like just within this last couple of years, they printed almost double the amount of supply. Let's say, for example, they have the supply X,
Mm.
they printed another X equal to the last 200 years. So in the last couple of years, they printed enough dollar equal to all the dollar printed in the last 200 years, like going
Uh,
exponential
uh,
in the number of dollars.
Back then, they printed dollars or any other coin regarding putting gold
Yes,
in the central bank.
yeah,
But
yeah,
now it's
yeah.
not like this.
In 1971, they stopped the connection between gold and the dollar.
That was very dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Previously, I mean, dumb for everyone else, but for them it's very good because now they can print as much as
yeah,
they. And then the dollar in that time, you could exchange the dollar for the gold. So you go to the American government and you can take gold for the dollar. Now, obviously, you have to buy a gold, and then the gold price goes up and up and up.
yes, yes. So it's like a safe coin to buy Bitcoin.
Bitcoin is one of the safest, yes. Obviously, nothing is 100% safe because nobody knows the future. Like Bitcoin have some challenges, as I mentioned to you, like it's a bit slow. It's also like one of the oldest technology. Yes, it's being developed, but maybe some other projects are more developed. So like it
Mm.
has some advantage and some disadvantage, but it's currently one of the best coins in everything. For example, in the terms of utility overall, like even though still a bit slow, but in everything else is very good. And also they have the Lightning Network. It's very, very fast. So if you compare the Lightning Network
Mm.
to all other coins, it's the best. It's number one in the quality, not only in the price, but also in the quality.
Mm.
Bitcoin is a very good start.
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
That was very good.
Thank you so much for basically this like questions, which I'm sure on the minds of a lot of people who are especially not in the space, and maybe they think it's a scam
Mm.
or something. At least they know
Mm.
like how the technology work. Because if you don't know something, maybe we always fear what we don't know. So after we
Yeah.
know, we're not very fearful anymore. And also it's an opportunity, even if it's not like you don't want to invest, but it's good to understand the technology. You know, like ChatGPT or any new technology, it's good to know, understand how it works.
Yes. Maybe one day you will use it.
Yes, yes.
You have to know what's new in the market.
Exactly. Maybe like you today you don't need it, maybe in the future you need it. Similar to when the smartphones came around. So when the phones came around, a lot of people said, no, no, I just have my landline connected at home
Mm.
and I don't need the phone with me all the time. But this
Yeah.
changed. So it's if you resist the technology or fight the technology, you don't benefit anything. So it's a technology after all. It's like not like a specific, there's no company, there's no one benefiting. If you buy Bitcoin, maybe you will give money to someone who want to sell, okay, but like there is no organization that will benefit if you buy Bitcoin. All the people who talk to you about Bitcoin, they just want you to, they are very happy about this technology and they just want to share it with you. Similar to if I show you my new phone, let's say it's a Samsung phone. If I show you the phone, I'm not going to get a commission from Samsung.
Yes.
If I show you Apple phone,
Mm.
they're not going to give me money. It's just like I like something and I show it to you.
Yeah. I think you are very excited about this
Yes,
coins.
obviously, yes, because it's like much better than the dollar. I mean, if everyone is saving
Mm.
money in the fiat and the money value is going very low, then it's a very good technology to at least understand, even if you cannot use it or don't want to use it. Still, it's good to understand.
But you personally use Bitcoins or another types of coins?
So for me, yeah, I use a lot of obviously because I'm like my job is related to understanding this technology. So I use a lot of coins, but I use Bitcoin as well. Like if anyone is like asking, like when I go online to shop online and someone is offering to pay by Bitcoin. So I always prefer that because it's very fast.
Yeah, I guess it's very familiar, famous.
Yeah, it is. A lot of websites are supporting it, and also like it's very fast in terms of what, like for example, if you are want to type your credit card number and then your name, address, all this information, you don't need all this data. You just scan with your phone, and the money is done. It's especially the Lightning network on for the Bitcoin. So it's called Lightning. It's similar to like the lightning, right, in the sky. So the Lightning network is so fast, it's almost like takes 0.5 seconds to make the transaction. So it's unbelievable.
You can buy it from Amazon, for example, using Bitcoin.
Yes, but not directly through Amazon. So some other company, they offer the service to pay Amazon using Bitcoin. Like you can buy the Amazon gift card, for example, and then using the gift card you buy from Amazon, or you can buy from another company and they transfer the money. But Amazon itself, I don't think they still accept. I think PayPal in America, PayPal in the US accepts crypto and Bitcoin, but not in other countries. It's just limited still because the technology is also still new. So a lot of companies still thinking how to adopt. Even though maybe someone will say it's already 15 years, but this 15 years just a start. Imagine like electricity maybe it was 200 years ago. But 200 years ago, the electricity was just like an idea and like still people making some tests, like still it was implemented. So we're still at the very, very beginning.
Do you represent some company exchanging
I mean, for me, I have
Bitcoin?
my own company, which is called CoinExams.
You have your own company.
Yeah, this company is just reviews the coins and checks which one is the best. So right now, the best is Bitcoin, but there's a lot of other also good coins. But I don't benefit
Yeah.
by Bitcoin. I mean, if you buy Bitcoin, I don't get anything.
You don't get
I don't
anything
get.
if I buy it from you?
Okay, if you buy it from me, but I'm not offering to sell. I don't sell Bitcoin. Like
Yeah.
I don't sell it. I just only like it's more like about the analysis and the understanding for the Bitcoin.
Yeah, you're spreading the idea.
Yeah. I just want the people alive, like similar to the example I mentioned to you. Imagine someone is very happy with their phone and they make a video online and they say, oh, this phone is so good quality like that. So maybe people are paid because this is a company, right? Like for example, Samsung or Apple, they are a company. But most of the people who make like, especially Apple, for example, mostly they don't get money from Apple. They just like only like the phone.
Yeah. Can you name me some company that exchange as a start?
So the biggest exchange in the whole world is called Binance. This is the biggest exchange in the world. It's called
Binance?
Binance, yes, exactly. And there is some other exchanges like all over the world. I think in the US, the most famous one is called Coinbase. And yeah, so you can just go to a lot of exchanges there, but also take care because some of them are a scam. So if you buy Bitcoin also, there's something very important. You need to transfer it to your account, which is like your wallet. So if you transfer it, then it's safe. So after you buy, you have to transfer it outside. Why? Because then you make sure it's safe. But if it's you keep it inside the exchange, like you buy, you send them the dollar, and you keep your money also there, maybe their server will break down, right? The database will have the issue or anything. It's still not safe. So it's only safe when they send it to you.
Yes, you have the Bitcoin and it's safe with you only when it comes to you.
Yes. And how does it come to you? You create something called the wallet. So the wallet is basically an account, and you create it using maybe your mobile phone or your computer, using any apps. A lot of good apps in the market. Like there is one app.
In Egypt, I have a wallet on Vodafone Cash.
No, but this wallet is only for the fiat money, like for the normal money. But for the digital money, it's a different technology. So it needs a different application on the phone.
Different wallet.
Yes.
Like what, for example?
There is like, for example, one wallet called Trust Wallet. There's a lot of good wallets out there. So you have to make your research which one is good. But there's a lot of good. So
nice, very nice.
The wallet is the easy part actually. The wallet is easy part. So if you are dealing with Binance, you could use the Trust Wallet because Trust Wallet is also managed by Binance. So it's like it's maybe like it's like the same company, but also it could be a good idea to diversify. So you have like from another company the wallet, and then you use the exchange. I am working
Thank you.
on the wallet, but I don't want to.
Thank you, Mohammed.
Because I'm biased. So I'm working like I'm developing one wallet, like working on the project for one wallet, but I don't want to recommend it because like I'm biased, right? So like if I recommend it, then people will say, oh, you're just recommending it because you're working on it, right? So I prefer it.
Yeah, no, but you are my friend. I ask you
Yeah.
because I trust you.
Yeah,
You are
yeah.
like my brother,
Thank you.
man.
Yes, so the one I'm working on is like called Sahel wallet. It's it's an Arabic translate to easy. It's like tries to
Yes.
basically make the experience very simple and easy. So you can
I will research Sahel wallet, inshallah.
okay, and let's try to
Thank
repeat this again. Like it was very fun to listen to all these questions, and also I hope you like benefited from this as well as the viewers.
Yeah, I benefited. I had a lot of information and I enjoyed this meeting. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Good. Okay. Goodbye.